Welcome back to White Pines Barbecue. Today is the long-awaited 1-year anniversary review of the Golden's cast iron cooker. Spoiler alert, the thing's awesome. I'm gonna have some criticisms in here, but it's a review video, so I have to. Most of those will be quality of life issues. Nothing about the cooker. Cooker is awesome, as I said. But let's get into it. First, at 1 year in, everything still works just fine. Everything works as it should. I had some issues with my top vent that are corrected by this little stack of magnets, holds it in place. But the paint's in great shape. The shelves are in great shape. Handle, everything that should be is, including the thermometer. Criticism one, and this is of me. I should have bought the stainless shelves. I wish I would have bought the stainless shelves. Golden's, if there's a way to sell those someday, I might just buy some stainless shelves. But these trucks are nice, they hold up great, but they get messy. You gotta be careful what you set on them, and I should have bought the stainless. So now we're inside the cooker, obviously. Lid's open, the upper grate's on there. So one observation about the lid is that it is quite heavy. The big spring helps a lot, but it's still a heavy lid. My wife has some issues with it. And if you're a shorter person, say 5'3" or under, reaching this handle up here could also be a bit of a problem. But other than that, I mean, everything works great. Everything's held up. I was a little concerned about rust because everything's cast iron, but my stuff is held up really well. You can tell my grates aren't the cleanest. Don't judge me. But no rust. Keep everything oiled. And it's a cast iron cooker. If you take care of it, it will take care of you. So I've got my top set of grates out. I alternate which ones I use, keep them both oiled and seasoned. I do oil the grill before every cook, and most of the time after, depending on what I am cooking. If I'm cooking chicken or burgers, I sometimes don't worry about it because they're so greasy, I don't think it really matters. But it is cast iron, so you just have to be aware of keeping it oiled to prevent rust. And I've cooked everything on this thing, everything, and there is a learning curve, not gonna lie. I've been cooking this thing for a year and I'm still learning, but once you figure it out, the food is amazing. So now I'm down to my sear plate, and this is really the most like a cast iron pan for taking care of. You know, scrub it off every now and then, burn it off, reseason. But if you take care of a cast iron pan, this searing plate is really not that big a deal. And it took me a while to figure that out. It was a little rough at first, but you learn. Over a year you learn. But now it works great, and I've done a couple smash burgers on it, and they're really good. So there you go. So now we're on to what is a plus and minus of the grill. This almost inch thick cast iron shelf that this grill is. It holds heat forever, and that's good and bad. It radiates incredible amount of heat back, which makes for some very fast cook times if you're not careful. But just the amount of radiant heat is incredible. Downside of that is, in summertime, if you're cooking steaks on this thing, you're looking at 4 hours before it's cool enough to put the cover back on. So just be aware of that. You do need some patience to cover this thing up because it gets hot. Now we're onto the firebox, and I do have the firebox divider in there. That is the one thing that does have a touch of rust on it. Unfortunately, I don't know how to keep it seasoned. Is you put it right next to your fire, but it's like I said, it's a touch of rust after a year, and it's that thick, so I'm not really concerned about it. Yeah, there's a firebox. It's held up really well. Let's get to idea number one for Golden's, because I know you're watching. A charcoal basket would be awesome. We're gonna have to fish through this by hand. Just take out the basket, shake it. So if you're thinking about something that I would buy that you should make, Golden's a charcoal basket is high on my list. I haven't found any other that fit yet because it's a bit of a different shape for a Kamado. It's really deep. So Golden's, make a charcoal basket, please. So now let's get into some suggestions for Golden's to perhaps improve this. And this is not the cooker, this is all accessories that just make life better. An ash tool maybe included would be helpful. I had to buy a third-party one. Their grate lifter is absolutely genius. That's That's that thing. It's brilliant. So that's awesome, guys. Great job. Our rotisserie, kind of far-fetched, but fun. A half moon deflector. I think the big sear plate is great, but some half moons would be nice too. Do some fun things with that. And then last, a drip pan. Some kind of drip pan you can use with only one set of grates that you can maybe have some feet or something to get it off the deflector so it doesn't burn up everything. But yeah, do that and this thing is perfect. My one issue is I have trouble getting it really hot, like for pizzas. So if anybody has any suggestions to get this thing hot, let me know. Put in the comments below. And thanks for watching. I love this grill. Hope to keep making more videos on it. And yeah, like and subscribe. Thanks, Goldens.